And we are looking at DDL, data definition language, data control language, as well as data manipulating language. So we welcome you warmly again to today's session. By the grace of God, the network will be gracious to us today. And with us, our facilitator is none other than our amiable speaker, Mr. Ayodeji Folarin. He's well known to all of us, but for the benefit of some of us that are joining us for the first time, Mr. Ayodeji is a Microsoft most valuable professional on data platform, Microsoft certified trainer, BI developer, data platform evangelist, data warehouse and dashboard business reporting expert with over 23 years in the computing arena. Ayodeji has focused on data platform solutions around Microsoft Azure and Office 365. He has helped many companies to migrate their systems to the cloud and get insights from their data source for the past 10 years. Ayodeji has passion for teaching and community engagement. He's a well-known speaker at many local and international conferences like MCT Summit, Power BI user groups, just as we are here, past local groups, Microsoft Student Partners events, and other meetups. He loves to be on stage both at large events and at smaller user group meetings, exchanging ideas with other SQL and BI fans. He loves traveling for work and to engage with local user groups. So always watch out for his next event around you, just as we are having now. Ayodeji has been certified as a Microsoft trainer for over 5 years. He has been involved in presenting, community speaking, and helping other professionals in the better usage and taking advantage of Microsoft data solutions from flat files to RDBMS, for example, Excel, Access, SQL Server, such as we are having now, Power BI, MSBI, Azure SQL, and many more. Starting as a developer back in 1994, programming COBOL, BASIC, and Fortran, Ayodeji has helped companies in multiple countries in many business areas to design and deploy their computing solutions. His love for spreadsheet and application development made him develop a spreadsheet application with Visual Basic 4 to compete with Lotus 123 then. Achieving this, his first Microsoft certification in 2010 as SQL Server 2008 database administrator and DB developer. That same year, he got his certification on Microsoft.NET Framework 3.5 and Desktop Developer Track. He now decides to focus his career around Microsoft Data Platform. He is certified in recent release of SQL and Microsoft Power BI, Excel, and Power BI Desktop. He is the MD CEO Gyre Computers and Program. So join me to welcome Mr. Ayodeji Folarin. Mr. Ayodeji Folarin, good afternoon, sir. You are muted, sir.
Oh, good afternoon. Thank you very much, Anne.
Good
This is
afternoon,
awesome.
sir.
I never knew I
We are
have a
pleased
profile
to
that is
have
this
you.
much.
We are pleased to have you once again with us. And we know that by God's grace, today the network will be gracious because the
Yeah,
Lord is on our side.
we strongly hope the network will not
No,
mess us up.
we are optimistic that this time around it's going to work fine. You are
Okay.
welcome.
Yeah,
So,
thank you very much.
beloved, I'll hand you over to Mr. Ayodeji Folarin. My name is Anna Ifeturi, your moderator for today. So a very quick one before he comes on board. Please, if you have a question, you can drop it on the chat, or you can raise up your hand. You'll be called upon, when the time is right, so we can have a smooth session. God bless you all. Mr. Ayodeji, please, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you very much. So we'll be going straight into the business of the day. So we started this journey on the SQL track 2 weeks ago. And let me pull up a slide. Let me share my screen as I pull up my slide. Okay. Okay. I guess my screen is up. So we are looking at Microsoft SQL commands, and we are looking at DDL, DCL, and DML. So the introduction has been done. Sincerely, when she was reading my profile, so I have to ask myself, is it the same Ayodeji Folarin? Okay, so we are looking at different SQL commands, and based on the diagram I have on the screen, we've broken them down into 4: the data definition language, the manipulation language, the control language, and the transaction control language. So like I said, as data analysts, our concentration is around this select statement. That is where our concentration lies. So, but for database administrator, you have lots to do. Your major effort is around here, where you grant access to database, you revoke access from database or any of its objects. You can manage what type of access you want to give. Is it just to view? Is it an access to be able to view, to write, to update, to insert? Or you just want an access to select only? So as an administrator, you will need to know more around data control language. And as a database developer, what you need to know is more around all. You must have good knowledge of DDL, where you create those objects, you use the object, you create objects like tables, like triggers, like store procedures, and so on, where you can alter, modify that object. You can drop the object if you don't need the object again. You can truncate the content in that object. You can work around comment, and you can always rename the objects. And also, as developer, you will need to know how to insert content data set into the object, update the content of the data set, delete what you have, merge, call, explain, lock a table. So you can undo all these. And also, as developer, you might want to work around transactions. So you want to commit bulk of transaction insert. You want to roll back to a save point. You want to set a save point, and you want to set transaction. But as far as we are concerned, I will just talk about all others. But our concentration this week and going forward is more around selects. Pick up data from the data set, manipulate that data, convert it into insights from a data set. So our responsibility is more around working on your data sets, DML. So I will not waste time today. I think last week we've started this process. I don't know, somebody actually assisted us last week. I hope she's still on the call. What is the name again? Miriam. Miriam, oh, it's nice having you here again. Miriam, how are you doing? I'm good. Okay, so can we see your screen again? Let's complete what we started. We must end this process today. So let me stop sharing. So, and I strongly believe all of us on this call, we have been able to install SQL Server. And sincerely, the feedback I got is actually awesome. They are great feedbacks. Somebody contacted me. I struggled with it, but at the end of the day, I was so excited because I got it up and running. So that is the essence of being consistent, persistent. Keep doing it, try it out, read and solve the problem. And lot of people, they feedback like, wow, this is the first time I will install a SQL Server myself. Those feedback, you don't know how much they are to us as a community or personally to me as the facilitator of the session. So thank you very much. Let's do more. If you have challenges, let's work with it. Thank
Mr.
you.
Deji,
Yes.
we have Ibrahim and Oyinlola's hands up. So
Okay.
maybe you take them one after the other.
Okay. Ibrahim.
Mr. Ibrahim,
Ibrahim, you have the floor. Unmute and ask your question.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, I wasn't able to attend the last two sessions, but I was able to watch on YouTube. So,
great.
In one of those sessions, somebody was having trouble logging in, where the error message, you had to take it to Google search or so. So I just wanted to know if, I usually have that trouble too. So I want to know if you were able to overcome it, because usually what I do is just close the application and then open it again and then log in. Sometimes it works, other times I'll still have to struggle with it until I get it. So I just want to know if there is a permanent way of solving that issue.
Yeah, we actually resolved lots of issues. So number one, we make sure the engine is running by going to services. Number two, we found out that one of the systems that had such challenge did not have Windows updates, and we have to encourage a complete Windows update. All you need to do is to click on Start on your system and type check updates. So when you do that, click on the icon. It will check for a necessary update on your system, and your system will be up to date. That is the Windows update. So the first one I mentioned is make sure you go to services and scroll down the list. So you will see one of the objects called SQL, Microsoft SQL Server engine. Make sure the engine is running. And once you have all that, I don't expect you to have issues. As you have rightly said, you can restart. And once you restart once and it's working, it should be working forever, except you do not have your service on automatic. So that is that. The only challenge you might have again after that is when you set it up on your system and you have more system that will be connecting to that system remotely or within a local area network, then there is still one or two steps you need to take to grant them access to speak to that computer. So that is that about that. But if you can do all these steps, you actually have a solution to that. We actually resolved it, and all of us, I guess there's nobody still having that challenge on the call. Ibrahim, I hope that's clear.
Yes, it's clear. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Oyinlola, you can go on with your question, please.
Hello. So my question is this. Thank you very much, sir. The class was really insightful. I was not able to join the first two class, but I watched the YouTube video for the installation, and I was able to install my lab on my laptop
I'm
by
happy to
myself.
hear that.
Yes.
Great.
So now I've installed the app on my laptop. So since then, I've not been able to open it. I've installed it, was completed, my system updated. So the issue now is I typed SQL on my laptop now, and I'm seeing plenty SQL. I don't know which one is the app or thereabout. I don't know how you can help me with it.
Okay. Now on your system, if you listen to the video carefully, I mentioned that the SQL server is actually the database engine. But you cannot use the database engine like that. You work on the engine via a studio. And that studio is SQL Server Management Studio. SSMS. I don't know if you have also installed that, Oyinlola. Have you installed SSMS?
Installed the two link that was shared. I've installed everything on my laptop.
Fantastic.
Sure
If you have installed both on your system, all you need to do now is when you type SQL on the start, you'll see different one. You'll see one with yellow icon with maybe two tools, hammer and probably a brush. I'm not sure. So, Miriam, you can click on start. Let's see that icon for SSMS Management Studio. Click on start and type SQL. Let's see all the things that will come up. Good. Now, can you see the icon I'm talking about on your screen? Oyinlola, look at the yellow drum with two tools at the bottom. That is SQL Server Management Studio. That is the icon you need to launch. So, can you see that icon on your system?
I'm not seeing that. What I'm seeing is the other one. I'm seeing the one of the arrows, the green arrows, and I'm not seeing that.
Okay. So if you don't have Management Studio, maybe you've not installed it. Okay. So can you share your screen briefly for just 2 minutes? Let me see what you are seeing. So if it's going to take our time, we discuss outside the section. Oh yeah, quickly share your screen.
Everyone, please.
Quickly share your screen. Let's see what you have. I can't see your screen. Hello, Inola, are you still there? Okay. Good.
Now.
Please click on your start. You are not sharing your entire screen. You are sharing just an application.
Oh,
you want to share your entire screen?
Please hold on. Please hold on. I'm almost at it.
Okay.
Okay, are you seeing my entire screen?
The screen is trying to load up from my end. Okay, I can see it. Good. If you click on type SQL Server, let's see. SQL. Okay, hold on. You have the launcher. You don't have Management Studio. You don't have Management Studio on your system as at now.
Okay.
So please go to your download folder. Go to your download folder. Let me see what you downloaded. Go to your folder, go to download. Let me see what you downloaded. So the second link, please, if you're on this call and you have the link to the SSMS, kindly drop it on the chat for Oyinlola to just click on. Go to download. Oh, you don't have download yet? Okay. There is no download. Why?
I really don't use this PC a lot. It's been a while I've used it.
Okay.
I use my other PC.
Okay. So the download folder.
Yes, download.
Oh, look at it here. Look at it. I can see SS. That's it. SSMS setup. That you've not installed that second one. Please double click on that one.
Okay.
Double click on it and allow the installation to complete. Once it's completed, then you can go back and launch it. That is all. It's as simple as that. Oh, it's showing repair. It's already there. It's already there. Close it. Close it.
Okay, because I know I did it the last time and I had to restart.
Don't go ahead. Close this. Close it. Please click on start again. Click on start.
Okay.
Type management this time. Click on start and type management. Management Studio. Management Studio. So something is wrong. You've installed it, but it's not coming up as one of your applications. Okay, don't use search, use your Windows icon. Use that Windows icon by the side. Use the Windows
Okay,
icon by the side.
this is it.
Okay, look at it there. That yellow, fine, click on it. Let's see what happened. Have you clicked?
Yes. Okay.
So once you click, it will load up. Once it loads up, just connect to your server. That is the studio you will use to talk to the server. So I
Thank you.
hope everything will
Apologies to
move
the class
smoothly.
for the delay, please.
Okay, so thank you very much. Wow, your studio is coming up. So if you have any issue before we close, let me know, but I strongly believe all should be well now. Okay, Miriam, can we switch back to your screen and let's take it from there? Miriam, over to you. So today we've learned how to set up SQL Server. We've learned how to create a database object. We've learned how to create a table. I remember that was the last thing we did. And the table does not have any data inside it. So we want to just learn how to drop one or two information in the table. So that is data manipulation. So we've started DML now. Let's drop one or two data in the table. Let's delete some information from the table. And once we are done with that, then we'll now go straight into the database I shared with us. There's a movie database I shared with all of us on this call. That is what we'll be using throughout the training. But before we get to movie database, let's quickly work with this. Okay, thank you, Miriam. Can you go to new query up there? New query up there. You want to start new set of query, new query. Look at your menu. Miriam, you can unmute so that we can always hear you if you have any message. Okay. Now, when you click on new query, then we want to start issuing command. So I will strongly recommend learn to work with T-SQL, the commands. You can actually do most of these things using UI interface. You can just right click and do those things, but let us learn and master those SQL commands. That's one of the reasons we are here. Now, on our screen, I want you to help me type. We want to use the database. If you look up beside execute, the active database is master. I can just go to that master, drop it down and change it to school DB, but I want to use code to do it. So I don't want to just drop it and click. Let's, as I've said, let's learn to use code. So type use. If you issue that use command, it's ready to use a database. You now mention a database you want to use. The database you want to use is called school DB. Type in front school DB. When you execute that line, so you find out that instead of master that is showing there, would have changed it to school DB. Can you execute that line? Fantastic. So at the top there, we now have school DB. Now within school DB, that is a database. A database contains series of what? Tables, different tables. And a table is holding information that are related. So let's just click, there's a plus beside the school DB. Can you click on the plus? Let me see if there's any table. I know you created a table. I can't remember the name. Click on the plus beside school DB. Expand the tables. Click on the plus beside tables. Click on the plus beside tables. Let's see. Aha, you've created a table called contacts TB. Please, can you type a statement? Let us select the content in contact DB. How will you do that? Just type another command, the next line, select words. There is a wildcard called star. Star means everything. Select star, Shift 8, select asterisk, select star from where you have to complete it. From, and mention the name of the table. From. Now, if you don't want to type the table, you can just drag that table. You can just drag that table and use it. Okay, let me show you a shortcut. Remove that table you are trying to type. Remove the name. Come to from the list beside that tree list, DBO contact TB. You can drag it and drop it in front of from. It will help you complete it. So if you prefer that method, if not, you can continue to type. As you type, it will suggest to you and help you. In front of from, come to in front of from. Yeah, thank you. So I liked that second line, the whole of the second line, and execute it. Let's execute. So let's see if there's anything there. Good. It has just 3 columns. If you look at the bottom there is a column for full name, there's a column for phone, NO, and there's a column for email. Now, I want to start. All I need to do now is I want to start to drop content in this table. The content can come from anywhere. It can come from a website. Somebody should fill a form. And when you fill a form, by the time you fill the form, the next thing is it wants you to use that form to populate a table. When they click on submit on the form, either a web form or desktop form, the information should come into this table. Now, at the last point of your submit is insert button. Now, let's show you how to insert content that have been collected into a database. Come to the next line in your query. Let's type insert. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Okay. So the command says insert into. Type it insert space into. Insert into what? You must insert into a table. What is the name of the table? You can drag that table there again, the way you did before. Insert into space, put the table there. No, in front of into. Please, there's no space after into. Can you put a space after that into? Insert into that table. Have you done that?
I've done it. Yes,
Okay.
please, I've done it.
Beautiful. You are trying to insert into that table. What do you want to insert into that table? Then you can start to put what you want to put there. If you are going to follow this order, look at the order below. First name, phone number, and email. No problem. If you know you're not going to follow the order, please, in a bracket, put the order you want before you start. So assumption, I don't want to follow this order. Please open a bracket after the contact table. Open a bracket. No, after the contact table, the last at the end. Open a bracket and mention the columns in any order, no particular order this time. There are 3 columns here, so you are free, Miriam. Mention them. Okay, you want full name first, comma, phone number second. What? Okay, email second, good, comma, and phone number, fantastic. Now, when you are typing, you have the IntelliSense coming up, so you can always click instead of trying to complete it. Now, close the brackets at that point. Close the brackets. Now, I want to insert into this table the following column: full name, email, and phone number. Now, after I've done that, the next information that will follow is values. Values are the value that should go into that table following the column. Please press space and type values. Press space and type values. What are your values? Feel free to type the values. Open a bracket again, just like what you did before. Open another bracket. If it's a number, don't bother to put it in quotes. If it's not a number, please, if it's a string, make sure you put it in what? In quotes. So let's start. Full name, single quotes, and put your name. Put your name first because you are the owner of the database. Put your name. Miriam. Complete it with quotes and press comma. What should follow? The table is supposed to be phone number, but when you were issuing your insert statement, you said you needed email next. So open another quote and make sure it is email you put, not phone number. Good. Another quote, put email. And another quote, put phone number. Because I remember that the phone number, we made it a test, not a number. If it's a number, maybe like age, you don't need to put it in a quote. Just, no, you have to put it in a quote. I can't see quotes there. I can see
For the
number, but I
number
can't see
also,
quotes. Yes,
I should put
because
the number in quotes.
in quotes. Because when you were
Okay.
creating it last week, you created it as VACA, not as number.
Okay.
But if you have created it as number, then you don't need to. So close the brackets. Have you closed the brackets?
Yes, sir.
Can you run this line alone? Let us see what will happen. Run this line. I hope it will not trigger any error. So, oh, one rule affected. He has successfully done this. How will I see the content? Run the second line. That second line we have there that says select the content of contact table. Run that second line. Highlight the second line and execute it. Execute it, let's see. Fantastic. Now, do you see that though the email came second, but he put it under email because when she was using the insert statement, she gave the order how she wants to collect the values. But if she don't want to specify the order, then she must strictly follow the way she created it on the table. So that is that. So the third line, please, I want to give you my information. Are you ready? Don't just copy that third line to the fourth line or edit the third line. Edit the values. Where you have Miriam Arowolo, change it to Ayodeji Folarin. Change that one to Ayodeji Folarin. The email, info@dejifolarin.com. info@dejifolarin.com. And the phone number, info@dejifolarin.com. So the phone number, you just change the last 2 to 3. We are building our contact table. Aha, run that line. Now, do you see? Now, the information, the approach is this. Fantastic. He has inserted another row. Please run the second line. We should have 2 rows inserted in this database. Run the second line. Let us see. Select from that table. Execute it. Good. Now, I can keep inserting into my database. That is why we call it a database, a table. It does not have end. It can keep growing forever. The essence is to keep collecting information and keep growing as long as we want to have it. But if you are using Excel to keep your data, one of the limitations, Excel worksheet has just 1 million rows. 1,048,576 rows to be precise. But this does not have end and it keeps growing. And for those of us that are really passionate about database, this is what we call RDBMS. And during this training section, we are going to do exactly the same thing in the cloud. Most organizations, they are now migrating their data. They don't want it within the office. They want to keep it in the cloud. It's not far from what you are learning. The basis is what you are learning now. When we get there, we just find out it's seamless, it's straightforward. I remember one of us was already using the Azure Data Studio, and I'm so excited. It's just like your management studio. There's no difference there. So with what we've learned how to create a table and insert content into our table. So the next thing that we want to do is this. Before we go deep dive into manipulation, selecting, let us assume the phone number she gave to Miriam is not correct, or Miriam has changed her phone number and she now called.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Mr. Isaac Ojo is saying that please help us to do a recap on table creation.
Oh, how to create a table. Okay. So we created a table called School DB. And the reason why we created that table, we want to keep information about contact TB, sorry. We want to keep information, all our contacts as a community. Now, what Miriam did last week was to help us create a table, and the table has just 3 columns: the full name, the phone number, and email. And I said something here that when creating a table, you don't just create a table. You must understand the type of information that will be in that table. And I remember I said something. If you want to create a table for maybe receipts, what are the key things that should be there? So we need things like your what's it called? The receipt number, the amount that was paid, the mode of payments. Those are key things that you will need in that table. If I'm creating a table for registration, student registration, I will need the name, the address, the phone number of the student, the gender of the student, every information about that student, I will need it. Or maybe a new staff was being onboarded in the organization. I want to capture the data. I should capture relevant information. Now, those information is what should come to mind when preparing a table. Now, to create a table, let's assume I want to create a table for what's it called? For speakers. Miriam, can you go to the next line? We need another table. We have a table called School DB. We need another table for speakers. Now, Isaac Ojo, if you want to create a table for speakers, what are the columns that should be there? Unmute and tell me 3 columns, 3 important columns that should be there. Isaac, are you still on the call?
Yes, I'm on the call.
Yeah, can you tell me 3 important columns that you will need if you are to prepare a database table to keep names of our information of our speakers? What
Yes,
are
the name of the speaker,
1,
his name, yes, his phone number, his contact,
his phone number, 2,
then email address will be relevant.
3, continue, don't stop.
Then I may want information about his maybe his address.
Okay.
His contact address may be relevant too. Then I will
You've not mentioned the key things I need as a speaker.
okay.
I need help now. Who can help? As a speaker, yeah, all what you mentioned, they are
The topic
equally
he's
important.
talking about.
Beautiful. I want to know the topic you are specialized in as a speaker. Are you good in Power BI, Excel? What are you passionate about? I will need it. Number, I have from topic. What else? I will need your profile.
Profile.
So who are you? Who is this speaker? What has he done before? Your profile. When Anne was reading my profile today, I don't even know where she got all those things from. So the profile of the speaker, we will need it, and so on and so forth. So those are the key things we need. Now look at the way she started. She said create. What am I creating? You have to mention, are you creating a table or a database? So create table, continue. Create table. Now, what is the name of the table you want to create? You now call the table speaker TB. Speaker TB. Create table speaker TB. Now, after that, you open a bracket and mention all those columns that are relevant. Don't just mention the name of the column. What type of information do you need there? Is it numbers? Is it string? Is it dates? So you have to be clear. So the first thing he mentioned, he said he needs name. You can type name or full name or speaker name. I don't know how you prefer to call it, but whatever you call it is what you'll be calling it now and forever. Name. So name space. Okay, speaker name. Thank you. Speaker name. You have to mention this speaker name. What type of information do you need there? So speaker name, I want NVACA or VACA. You can put VACA. Time will not permit us to break down all these types, data types. VACA. VACA means variable character. That means I want the speaker name to be a variable character. How many space you like allocate? Open a bracket and put in bracket how many characters you want to allocate for this. When you open a bracket, for name, you have to be specific, and maybe 25 characters for name. This is good. It knows that create a column for name with 25 characters. In case the character is not, it's just, if your name is Ojo, it will just reserve 3 and use the remaining for something else. That's why it's variable character. But if I make it just car, CHAR, not put the variable there. If your name is Ojo, he has created 25 boxes. You only use 3. The remaining 22 you wasted forever. Nobody can regain it. So that is why we use variable character to vary based on what you put there. Just that you cannot put anything more than 25 characters. That is all. Please press comma and put, I've gotten the name, topic. Topic, you can put 125 character.
Sir, what if my name is longer than 25, sir?
Because the owner of the database did not want it to hold more than 25 characters. So you have to look for a way to shorten your name. I remember when we were filling JAM form in those days, the form come in boxes and you start writing your name. If your name is longer than the boxes provided, you have to look for a way to shorten it. So the owner said, I don't want more than 25. So that is what is specified. But if you know that you are thinking ahead, that you may have some people's name that are so long, like Mr. Janle Koko, or Motomi, in fact, long name like that, about 3 or 4 names put together, then 25 will be too small. You can make provision for such name, maybe 50. But it depends. Miriam is the one in charge of our database. She said 25 is what she needed. Now, after that, let's say profile. Miriam, profile. Look at when Anne was reading my profile today. I want to see what you put on that profile.
Close glasses.
Hmm. 30, 300. Okay, it's okay. Let's stop there because of time. So the Isaac that asked the question, that is how to create. No, remove the last comma and close the brackets. Remove the last comma and close the brackets. Now, this is just a simple way, but we can actually add some things to it. Should I accept null, or I should never accept null from people and all those ones? But we don't want to go into the complexity because our focus is DML and select statements. So I just showed to you how to create a simple table, but you can see more variance to this. So is that clear?
I thought the man mentioned the email. Maybe it's me that is not seeing well.
No, I said, I know if I allow Miriam to continue, she will create 200 columns. I don't want her to stop on 3 columns.
Thank you, sir. I think
Yes.
I was trying to create, last week I didn't actually have my system. We
System
sorted
with
it
you.
out after. So when I was working on it, that table I did order, but that table didn't come. So
Okay. So it's as simple as that. Thank you very much. Okay. So let's go back to our work. So where are we? We have created 2 data sets in our table, and we can keep adding information more. But our agreement is this. Miriam phone number is no more Nigerian number. She's now based in UK or US. And our phone number is no more +234, it's +44 something something something. I want to use a statement to edit the information about Miriam. What will I do? So that statement is called updates. So let me treat updates and we forget about that. We now focus on select now till the end of the series. So let's update. Yeah. Any question?
Nothing, sir.
Okay. I thought somebody raised the hand. I saw one hand up. It came down.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please ask your
Yes,
question.
sir. Good morning, sir.
Good
Good
morning. Oh,
afternoon.
good afternoon. Good evening. Okay.
Yes, sir. Please, I just want to ask a question. Like, I've already created, the table, everything. But now, if peradventure and there's a mistake, like I noticed that maybe when I was writing my name, I wrote it in small letter and I don't like it. I want to change it to capital letter. And I've already executed it. So trying to re-execute it again, I noticed that it's giving me another line. So what can I do to edit that?
Fantastic. Now you inserted another. Anytime you insert will create a new line. But instead of inserting, you will update. That's what I'm about showing to you now. Update will help you modify the content that is already there. Are we together? But if you have made the full name a primary key, unique, that means that name will not come in twice. For example, in a school, the unique key is matric number. You cannot have two students with the same matric number. It's never possible. But we did not make it complex. We do not have a unique column here. That is why it allows your name to come the second time. Even upper or lower case, it is not supposed to allow you. So don't worry, when we treat update statements now, you'll be able to fix that. When we treat delete statements, you'll be able to fix that. So thank you very much. Any other question? Another hand is up.
Mr. Femi Omoya.
Okay,
Yeah,
Femi.
thanks so much. Thanks for the lesson so far. It's been very, not just interactive, very educative as well.
Thank you.
While running the table, when we insert the data into the database for the table, I did execute the select table twice. And so eventually he entered the information twice. So when you now ask us to change the information again, I changed it and now executed it. This time around, without me executing it twice, it came with two data at once. So in that case, what should I do? I've been trying to highlight and delete. I've been trying to, I don't know
Don't
if
worry,
Rob
we'll learn to delete. We have two more statements we want to learn now, update and delete. So when we learn update and delete, you'll find out that everything that happens in a database as a developer, there are not more than 4 things. Note the 4. Number 1 is to insert. Insert is to bring in a fresh data into your table. Number 2 is to update. Update means maybe your school fees originally was 200,000 naira. The management now agreed that no, change the school fees to 250,000. You don't need to insert another record for Femi. Rather, that existing Femi record, go and change the school fees from 200 to 250. That is update. Number 3, delete. Delete means I mistakenly put that information there. I want to take it out. Delete means delete it from the database. And the last one is select. That select is where we are going to spend all our time inside out. From next week, we are going to sit down with select. Not only next week, we keep, because we are analysts here. The company already have a database. You have to go and select the data and tell a story with the data, and that is the vision. So, but all this one I'm showing you for you to have idea. Is that clear? Now,
We have
so can we move on?
Up to
Franca?
Ibuzo.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, thank you. Actually, for me, with the statement insert into, I just got the titles, but when I forgot to put the colon, the semicolon, I didn't get the data. It was after I put the semicolon I got the data. So I'm fine now. Thank you.
Okay, great. Okay, so please, we have two information in our table called contact TB. We want to modify the phone number. Now, look at the way I will go about this. Please go to the next line and say update. Update is used to modify the content. If you use insert again, we have two rows there. You will have the third row. I don't need third row. There are just two people in my contact list, but I want to update the information for one of them. Update. Update what? That is the question. You have to mention the table you want to update. Update, mention contact TB. Update contact TB. Have you typed? Fantastic. Space, continue, space. Set. You want to set a column to something. Set, you have type set, S-E-T, set, space, phone number. Set phone number, type phone number now. Phone, N-O, set phone, N-O, equals to, put equal sign. That the phone number for this table. We have put equals to what? Single quotes. Put your new phone number, UK phone number. No, it should be in code because it's a string. If it's a number, you don't need to put in quotes. Plus 44, and put other things there. Fantastic. Now, this is a new phone number. Now, what we are looking at here is this. If you should execute this line like this, please, all the two of us, if there are 200,000 contacts on this table, all of us, our phone number will turn to this phone number because you did not specify for who in particular. So whenever you are using updates, you need to be careful. You must be specific. But yeah, please, after the quotes, continue. Where full name equals Miriam Arowolu, you have to write it in full. Where only do this for a person that is Miriam Arowolu. Where full name equals Miriam Arowolu. Fantastic. It's as simple as that. It's like English language. Where full name equals Miriam Arowolu in quotes. Thank you very much. Miriam Arowolu. You can run that line. Now, the instruction is clear. Go to contact TB. Go and set the phone number to this phone number. But only do it for Miriam Arowolu, not for all of us. You've executed. Run the select, run the second line. That select statement. Let's see what is there now. Run the second line. Select, execute that line. Fantastic. That is that. Now, the management now told you that, look, sorry, Ayodej is not supposed to be on this contact list. He's not a participant, he's a speaker. Take him away from this list. I want to delete. I'm not modifying now. I want to delete his record. Go to the next line and type another DML statement called delete. Delete from I need you to continue from there. From which table? You have to mention the name of the table. Delete from, mention the name of the table. If you stop here and run this line, two of us, all our information will leave. But don't run it yet. You have to specify where. Don't forget that where clause. So I complete it. Let me see the way she will complete it. You are deleting for your Ayodej. Let me see the way you complete it. Where it's like English language. Continue, Miriam. Where what? Fantastic. Where full name equals Ayodej. Please give it to her. It's as simple as that. Ayodej Fola, he will not delete it too because the Fola is not correct. Aha, run it now. When you run it, it will get it done. Highlight that line and run it. One row deleted. Go and execute it and see what you've done. Fantastic. You only have one information in your database. So I shared a file with all of us on the group, and that file, I need you to open the file now. It's called create movie or something like that. Han, can you help me confirm the name of the file I shared with them? Miriam, confirm you have it.
Okay, I'll check now.
Create movies database. That's the name.
Okay.
So we want to work with the file now.
I want to
Create.
unshare for a minute, then I'll look for it and share my screen. Is that fine?
Okay, please,
I
you can do
downloaded
that.
it.
So, Anne, you can reshare. Mr. Jide, Mr. Rashid, any of the executive on the call, please help us share that file if you have it. Here and on WhatsApp group, please. Please confirm. Let somebody confirm you have the file. Let's even be sure some of us have that file.
No, sir.
Oh, so this is tough. Okay, I've dropped it on the WhatsApp group. If you're on the WhatsApp group, it's there now. You can quickly download it. So that's the file we'll be using going forward for this training. So it's a database that we prepared.
Mary.
Hello, you said Miriam?
Ah, sorry, I'm really sorry. I thought I was on mute.
Okay, so confirm.
Please, can we drop it in the chat for this team as well?
Okay, please. Jide, if you're on the call, help me, please.
What's up now?
Okay, so Miriam, confirm you are ready for us. We have just two more minutes.
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. Share your screen. Let's quickly load the file. We are not really going to do much. We just want to be sure we all have the file. From next week, we'll be using that file to work heavily. All the scripts have been created. So for those of you that want to learn how to create database, create table, create everything, you can run through the scripts. So Miriam, share your screen. Thank you. So go to your SQL, download the file, and open that file. When you open it, it will open with Studio, don't worry, because the extension is .sql. It will open on your Studio immediately.
Sorry, sir, please, what's the name of the file? I know I've downloaded it, but I don't know the name.
Create movie 2026, 2016, thereabout. So this is the file on the screen. This is the file on the screen. So it says create. Now, when she double click, it open up on a new query. Now, look at the query. Just take your time to study it. It's very simple. Number one, create a database called movies. After that, use the movie database. After that, create a table called actor. After that, create a table called certificate. Create a table called country. Down is long. So you don't need to highlight. Since you are going to run everything, just click on execute. It's going to run through everything. It's a very long file. The whole content, after creating, it inserted information into all of them. So it might take few seconds to execute, but just allow it execute. It's very, very straightforward. Done. He has created the table. Right click on SchoolDB and refresh. the school database, databases. Right click on databases and refresh. Right click on your databases and refresh. Right click, refresh. When you refresh, it's not only one database you have now, there will be two. Can you see the the movie database? Expand the movie database. Expand the movie database. Click on the plus in front of movies. He has created expand the tables. He has created about 5, 6, 7 tables. Expand the tables. He has created, look at actor, certificate, country, and their information in the tables. Please click on new query. Let us see the content in actor table. Click on new query and type, if I want to review the content in actor, I will not tell you what to do, Miriam, do it for us. Select the content of actor. Let all of us see what is in actor. Okay, I can see one hand up. Is that Frank?
Franca and
Yeah.
Isaac.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
That's me. Oh, okay.
Okay. Franca, go ahead.
Okay. I didn't see how the file was uploaded. Where was it uploaded?
If you have the file on your system,
Yes, I've downloaded it.
Just double click. Yes,
why?
because the extension is SQL. It's going to open with SQL. Oh, great. Hold on, Miriam. Hold on, Miriam, for us. Look at what you did. You said select start from actor, and you are talking to another database called master at the top. Before you must use the database you want. So first of all, run a script called use movies before you select. Sorry, use movies. So it's movie that we want to use. After that, then you can run your select. Fantastic. Use what? Movies. Run that line first. Then you can try. Fantastic. Now look at the information of all the actors that have been acting film across the globe, or I don't know whether Nigeria. Actor ID, the first name of the actor, the family name of the actor, the full name of the actor, the DOB of the actor, the DOD of the actor, the gender of the actor. Miriam, what is DOB? What is DOD? I know gender, I know full name, I know family name. What is DOB and DOD?
Date of birth. Date of birth.
Date of birth. What of DOD?
Date of death. Date of death.
Date of death. Okay, everything is null. So none of the actor is dead, right? Is that what it means? Okay. Now, what if I now want to stress Miriam a little bit? Oh, sorry. Some of them has date of birth, date of DOD has number. Can you expand that DOD column a little bit?
Actor. You are explaining how they brought this into the database.
Good. If you have downloaded it on your system and you have Management Studio on your system, just click on that file you downloaded. It will ask you that should you open it with Management Studio? Just say yes. Or Notepad, just say Notepad. If you have Notepad, when you open with Notepad, copy everything within Notepad, come to your Management Studio and click on New Query, paste it there. But if you open with Management Studio directly, you will have it here directly without anything. So Miriam opened her own directly with Management Studio, and that is why it came in here. She just executed it. Once it's open, just execute. So that is that. So at this point, we are done.
Isaac Ojo hand was up.
Okay. So
Mr. Isaac.
He has explained, ma. He has explained.
Okay, fine.
Good. Franca, your hand is still
Mother
up.
Franca, your hand is still up. Do you still have question or the same question? Hello.
Hello. Okay, I've downloaded the file, but I didn't see the table.
Franca, can you share your screen for just 2 minutes? Our time is up. If you have any question, so what we've been able to do, we've created another database called movies, and the database comes with lots of tables: actors, certificates, country, directors, films, genre, language, and so on. So it came with all these fields ready-made. Okay, fine. Franca, this is your screen. That's it. Just execute. Don't bother to highlight. Look at execute at the top there. Execute. That's all. It's going to take time to execute. Got all the information. He created the table movie. He created all the tables. He now inserted. If you have time, you can run through the script. The script is very long. So if you run through the script, you will understand it. So now go and right click on databases and refresh now. Right click on databases and refresh. Apart from school, databases up. The second one up there. Right click on databases. Right click and refresh. So for others, please just do the same thing. Right click on it, refresh. Refresh, down, the last one. Fantastic. Movies is now there. Open, expand the movies. You can go to a new query, use movies and start. So from next week, we'll be doing more on select statement, aggregate, sorting. I want to select all the actors that have been acting for the past 10 years. I want to select the top 10 movies in the world. Question will keep coming in an organization. As database analysts, they needed to have quick answers to those questions. So we want to empower ourselves using SQL statements inside out, majorly around select from next week. Thank you very much. So back to our able moderator. Han, over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. That's another wonderful session today. Do we still have questions? We have a little bit more time for question and answer. Please, if you have question, maybe from installation to the topic we had today. Isaac Ojo, your hand is up. You have the floor, sir.
Yes, sir. For what we have done, if we saved it, and how do we save them? How do we call it back when we have when we want to start over again?
Mr. Deji, are you still on the call, sir?
Yes, I'm still on the call. Thank you very much, Isaac. Once you've executed, sir, it's already a database. Don't worry, close the manual to the shut down, open it again. Don't bother to save anything. When you open it again, your database there's a database. It keeps every activity that happens there. So don't worry, it's already saved.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
John
Another
Prince.
question? John Prince?
Yeah. Sorry. Good evening.
Good evening.
Please,
Welcome.
Sorry, I'm just joining now. I really want to ask. I'm glad I joined when you asked us to download a file that you posted on the platform, which I did. But I want to know, you said as soon as we want to open, we should open with zip management database or something like that.
Open with management. If you have already installed Management Studio, please open with Management Studio. So that is all.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
And hope you are part of the first two sections.
No, I'm not the part. I'm not. I just joined today. I started today.
Oh, today. Okay, no problem. Yes. So the moderator will share the video, the YouTube channel with you on this page or on the WhatsApp group. They can take it from there.
Okay, sir.
You private chat the moderator so that they can add you to our WhatsApp group. So if there's any information, you'll get it once and for all.
I'm already in WhatsApp group.
Oh, you're already there. So you can you have access to the channel. So watch the previous videos and enjoy it. Another question for me?
Mr. Everest.
Everest. Okay, Everest, go ahead.
It's nice seeing everybody. That's my question. I'm happy to see everybody.
Okay, I have a question. Since Everest doesn't have a question.
Mr. Deji, well done, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Everest.
Always doing a good job. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, my question here is okay, I've gotten to the. I don't know where to write the script here. That's my question.
Okay, just click on new query.
Let me show you.
Click on new query.
Okay.
When you click on new query, don't forget the first line, because you have more than one database now. You have to say use movies. Then start manipulating, start interacting, start selecting. But from next week, we will learn how to interact more with that database. What I want to achieve today is make sure the database is on your system, ready for next week. Because next week
All
we'll
right.
just open that database and we'll take it from there.
Okay, Mr. Babatunde
Okay,
James.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sister
Yeah.
Franca. Mr. Babatunde, over to you, please.
Can you hear me, please?
We
Yes,
can
loud
hear
and
you,
clear.
sir.
Yes, this is my first time of joining this group. And really, I was introduced by one of my staff. And really, I didn't follow from the beginning today, but I wish to learn more. Though I may say age is not on my side, but there's no age for learning. I still want to learn. So I don't know how to go about it so that I can be added to the WhatsApp group so that you can share some things with me. So I will continue to learn.
Okay, good. So, Mr. Abatunde, the moderator will take note of that. They will share two things with you. Join the WhatsApp group, one. Number two, we have a channel, a YouTube channel. This
Yes,
series
sir.
started 2 weeks ago, but the platform, the channel has been on for some months or years now. But this series we just started, SQL series, started 2 weeks ago. So just try to follow the series from beginning. If you have any question, next week, every Saturday we meet. Next week, we can trash it out. So no problem. We grow together. We want to become professional together. We want to make money together. So you are welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Okay. Anne, you are muted. I can't hear you, Anne.
Sorry. Thank you, Mr. Babatunde. Anyone else? Do you have question for him? Our time is up.
Okay,
Sorry.
one last question. I noticed that for me, I need to use the semicolon to end my statements. But
Yeah. I
yes,
told
how
you
come?
it's not compulsory, but if you use it, it's more professional. That's the standard.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. We appreciate everyone. We thank you for your time. And I hope that you quite enjoy quality time with your time. And the WhatsApp group has been posted on this chat. So please, if you know that you are not on our WhatsApp group, please join via the link that is posted on this chat. Ensure you click on it before you leave so that you can be part of the family. Every other question, please channel it to our WhatsApp group because our time is up for today and we don't want to take too much of your time. Every good thing will always end. It will always have an end. So today we have come to, it's not actually ending. We are continuing next week. The series continues next week. So let's keep practicing and let's come with more questions next week over what we have learned today and the previous weeks, and we all grow together. So thank you very much. We'll meet again same time next week, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Have a wonderful weekend and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you, Mr. Ayodeji. Thank you for
Thank you, sir.
always being
Thank
there
you,
for us.
everyone.
We
Thank you,
appreciate
Mr.
you.
Ayodeji.
Bye.
Thank you, ma.
Yeah, everyone.
Bye.
Mr.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Everett.
ma.
Thank you, Mr. Deji. Thank you,
Thank you.
Anna. Have a great
Yes,
weekend.
my
Thank you,
people.
Franca.
My people, my people.
My
How do
Every
people.
now
can
noise
you
you
see
can't
me?
make here. No be class you come.
Can you see me?
Mr. Everett.
Na class I come. Where you
I
going?
say
Now,
now noise you
wow.
come. Make.
I've missed you guys, eh?
We greet
I miss you
you.
guys,
With
oh.
what did you greet us,
How far
I
sir?
now?
greet you.
How
Now
na
noise
greet?
you can't make.
Frank, I don't think I hear your voice, oh. You don't think we fight, oh.
Have you?